Happy Friday! I know you guys haven't heard that in a long time. Um, so today, Mrs. Dawson and I are going to be on two Zooms. We're going to be on one at 10, which is in a little bit, so I hope I get this posted, and the other one is at 2. So you can join one, two, none, whatever you want. It's just kind of a time to for all of us to say hi, see each other, make sure everybody's doing good, have some laughs, maybe have a snack if you're hungry. Bring a snack. Um, but yeah, it's just to kind of catch up with Mrs. Dawson and I. We really miss you kids. So I'm going to really quick get through the restart so that I can get this posted so you guys can see this maybe before we get on Zoom since I'm talking about it. Anyway, so restart. Yesterday we ended off actually with everybody was actually trying to meet at Brendan's house to talk about. Brendan wanted to tell them that Chase was actually innocent with this whole thing with Aaron and Bear. So Shoshana is really not having it, but surprisingly enough, Joel wants to hear what Brendan has to say. And of course, Kimberly, she really wants to hear if Chase is going to be there, what they have to say. So let's start. He cares as much about you as he cares about everyone else except for himself. 0. He blew you off. My sister stands up. Let's go, Joel. We've already wasted enough of our lives, courtesy of Chase Ambrose. I turn to Brendan. Play the video. Chase can see it some other time. We fast forward through most of it, watching the musician Brendan popping up all around the risers, playing different instruments for his one-man band. He switches into regular playback once the tuba sequence comes up. I feel my stomach muscles tense. As much as I've been bullied, I've never had the opportunity to actually watch it happen before. The impatient expression on Shasha's face is replaced by one of intense concentration. I don't get it, Kimberly puts in. All I see is Brendan. Where's everybody else? You and Joel are there, but you are both out of frame, Brendan explains. Just keep watching. We hear Aaron and Bear fling the doors open, even though they're off camera. The first thing we actually see are 2 jets of white foam that catch Brendan full in the face. He goes down, tuba and all. It would be funny if I didn't know what was coming next. When the streams of foam change direction to some target off screen to the right. I know I'm the one in line of fire. There's a lot of yelling going on, and I hear my own voice in there with Brendan, Kimberly, and the 2 attackers. After a few more blasts of foam, Aaron and Bear step into the frame, appearing on the left side of the screen. The next part I remember all too well. Aaron and Bear are tossing instruments all over the place and trashing the band room. I try to take on Aaron, but he shoves me down into the foam. It's hard to watch, but it's not as hard as I thought it would be. This is not who I am, I tell myself. It's just something that happened to me. Somehow, seeing it all unfold in real time in high definition video, I'm able to expand the I'm able to expand the fraxis in the band room. Mrs. Jones doesn't know what that word is. I'll have to look that one up. To include every rotten bullying thing that was ever done to me. And here I am, alive, undamaged. Well, except my eye. I've been victimized, but I don't have to let that define me as a victim. I love that line. I've been victimized, but I don't have to let that define me as a victim. Such a great line. Okay, sorry. I'm back at home and back to myself. That's when Chase makes his appearance on the computer screen. He seems totally stunned by what he finds, even when Bear thrusts the fire extinguisher into his arms. I sit forward eagerly because that's my fire extinguisher, the one that's about to bash me in the eye. As I watch Chase and Bear struggle over the shiny metal cylinder, I tense. I know it's coming any second. I'm following the combatants, checking for the high sign, the nod of acknowledgement that shows that the 3 are in cahoots. and it's time to clobber the kid who got put into community service. It doesn't come. Chase wins the tug of war and my face gets in the way. But that's all that happens. Brendan pauses the video. An accident, he says triumphantly. I agree, I tell him. Wow, Chase must be really strong, is what Kimberly gets out of it. Shash's cheeks are bright red as she digests the truth. My sister judges everything and everybody so harshly that when her judgment falls on herself, it's like the end of the world. He still lied, she said, tight-lipped. He's not perfect, Brendan agrees, but think of the trouble he would be facing if he had gotten blamed for all of that. If it was you and you saw an easy way out, wouldn't you take it? Shash is stubborn. I wouldn't be in a mess like that because I don't hang around with the pond scum. I look at her. We have to at least talk to him. I'm expecting more of an argument, but she nods. And I can think of plenty things that I want to say. One of those things should be I'm sorry, Brendan points in. She glares at him. We'll see. But if it is, it'll be the last item on my list. Where's Chase? Kimberly asks in annoyance. Brendan, you said he was going to be here. Brendan is already on his phone talking with Mrs. Ambrose. He frowns, thanks her, and hangs up. According to his mom, he's on his way to Portland Street. She said he was in a real hurry. Did he forget to come, I ask? Brendan shakes his head. He said he'd be here. He just texted a couple hours ago. Shash stands up. Let's go over to Portland Street. So I guess my question is, I don't really question. I'm kind of glad the truth came out. That I'm not kind of. I am glad that the truth came out. And I'm actually wondering. Sorry, this light's like not good lighting in here. I'm also wondering, like, when they go to talk to him, what will his reaction be? And as far as his reaction goes, like, what's going to happen at Portland Street? When are they going to walk in? Are they going to walk in when he's giving the medal back? This is all like such a cliffhanger, and I promise I'm not going to read ahead. I'm going to find out with you. So, I'm sorry this is juggly. I'm just trying to find, like, I didn't realize how dark this lighting was until just now. So the sun must have gone down in that window. Well, anyway, I hope to see you in a few minutes on Zoom. If not, have a phenomenal weekend, and I will see you. Look for a new folder on Monday to list the week's assignments on Monday. Keep working hard, guys, and I keep really praying that we'll be back in class soon together because I miss you tons. Later, Gators.